I don't know if this to be true or not, but it makes sense to me. And they say, it is said that around our very cells is where our beliefs are housed at. So around our very cell, around the cell itself, is where our beliefs are. And so our cells want to do its own thing, our cells do its own thing, but even though it does its own thing, it also has to abide by the beliefs that are surrounding the cell. And so what does this mean? What does this mean in my life, in your life, in everyone's everyday life? Well, to me, it means that our bodies and our cells want to do something, go about a certain way, move a certain way, but it can't without permission from the belief. Meaning, if you want to go and quit smoking, right? Your cells move in the way of the direction of you wanting to quit smoking. But around the quit smoking is the belief that I can't quit smoking. I've been smoking for so long. What makes you think that I can stop now? Beliefs stop that in its tracks, right? And with beliefs, we can change our beliefs. Once we realize you can change your beliefs into whatever beliefs you want, whatever beliefs aid you in your life, whatever beliefs don't hold you back anymore, going from a belief system that holds us back to a belief system that empowers us, we can change that belief in any moment of any day. So I'll take my belief system for existence, and it's not even that I consciously know that it's my belief system, even though I feel the after effects and the remnants of the belief system, as far as like, if I feel stuck, I feel stuck in my life and I don't know my direction of where I'm going. Feeling stuck is a belief system. You can feel stuck. That's a state of mind. That's a state of energy that you're embodying, but it doesn't mean that's absolutely true. You might be going through a hard time, but if your belief is that, or if you're always constantly thinking to yourself, I'm stuck and I'm tired of being stuck and I don't know how to get out of this. I'm just feeling stuck overall. Well, then you continue to just feel stuck, instead of, if you just, it's like a light switch. If you just turn on the light switch and say, maybe I am in a certain situation, but I don't have to. Who says I have to feel stuck? Right? Who says I have to feel that way? I'm saying it, obviously. So that's my belief. Because I think that just because I'm in a certain situation, that means that I have to feel a certain way because of it. But what if, what if I'm in the situation that I'm in, we're in a situation that we are in, and we feel a certain way? Who says we can't turn that switch and change how we feel about the situation? So instead of me feeling stuck of how my situation is currently, what if I acknowledge the situation, and I know I understand the situation, but my mindset changes? What if I start looking for, well, what's good in my situation? What around me in my situation am I perceiving as maybe bad, and I'm not looking at the good things that are in front of me? Again, it goes back to my last video of staying in the now. That helps. Staying in the now, staying in the now helps you realize those things that you couldn't see before. But if you can it's just like a light switch. If you could switch the light on to, well, that doesn't happen to me in this lifetime. Only rich people. This only happens to rich people, or, just a lot of people. A lot of things I hear, a lot of beliefs that I hear from people around me is like, if only I were that lucky, which would imply that you're not lucky, and that's your belief. And so, as your belief is what dictates everything, again, and your belief is what surrounds your cells. If your belief surrounds your cells, and you're telling yourself, if I were only that lucky, that means you're not lucky. Well, you believe that you're not lucky, so you will not get to perceive to be lucky. You know what I'm saying? Can't you change that and be like, no, you know what? I am lucky. You know what? This situation isn't as bad as what I thought it was. And I think the world's working out for me in my favor at every second of every day. You might not be able to see it right away, and it might take you a minute to switch that belief. But when you do consciously switch that belief and you start seeing more of what you do believe in the things that are, like let's say if you want to feel lucky, like I just said, because you think you're not lucky, but if you automatically switch to I no, you know what, I am lucky and lucky things always happen to me. If you can constantly repeat that until you actually believe it in yourself, and then you start accumulating the feeling of what would somebody who's lucky feel like? Well, they would feel happy, they would feel relieved because they're lucky and good things happen to them all the time. So if you can embody that feeling of being lucky, eventually you're going to be lucky because that's what you believe now. And then once you believe it, once it's a belief and you've installed that belief inside of you, and you don't believe the old way of thinking, and then guess what? You're going to start seeing those other things around you that embody the new belief that you have now. Once I was not lucky, but now that I believe that I am lucky and I feel that I'm lucky within myself, I start seeing things around me tell me that I'm lucky. Right? And so if that's true, I think the hardest part though is believing that just because I change my belief, it feels like it's like because they've been having the other belief for so long, or we've been having a belief for so long, and so to change it feels like, well, I've seen the outcome of my old beliefs. That's why I believe that to be true. And so how can I change it if I've already seen it? But then you have to realize there's a lot of things we can't see in this life. There's a lot of things that are blinded to us in this life. So if we're going off of sight alone, we're doing ourselves a disservice. But then you realize, there's way more than what we can see. There's a whole invisible realm that we cannot see that is just as real and just as prevalent and around us as the one we can see. And so when our beliefs change, things around us change. But it's to get to the point where you're tired of seeing the outcome of the old beliefs, and you know too much. You begin to know too much. You become one with yourself. You become quiet, and you realize we're all connected, and there's these other invisible planes and realms around us, and you realize and you understand that to be truth. And then, but you're still sticking to the old 3D beliefs that you had before you knew all those things, right? Which, no, nothing against you for believing that. You saw the things that led you to believe those things, right? So you also have to have a resemblance of understanding, and but also a forgiveness of yourself for believing those things, and understand that, yeah, you did see those things, so it's okay for you to have believed those things at one time, but those beliefs aren't helping us anymore. And so it's safe now to move past those beliefs of me where I feel like, oh, I'm just stuck and I feel like I can't get out. I can't see a way out. Well, what if I start seeing ways out? What if I believe ways out? What if I believe that the way out for me in my situation is always showing itself to me, and that I'm always favored by the universe, and that I'm always lucky, and that good things always happen to me, and maybe I'll start seeing that, right? But we have to actually put forth the effort of getting rid of the old beliefs because we're tired of seeing those. We're tired of seeing the manifestation of those old beliefs. But again, to change your beliefs, you have to have the fundamental understanding that not everything is concrete in this life. Not everything is concrete in this 3D world that we live in. It might seem concrete, but when you begin to know yourself, you begin that's not. That's the furthest thing from the truth. And so let's empower ourselves by changing our beliefs into something that helps our situation out instead of hinders it. The words you speak are like spells. You know what I'm saying? The thoughts you think are like spells of how you see your existence, how you see your reality. And so wouldn't I want to see my reality change for the better? I do. But we have to become conscious of our old beliefs and how they're not serving us any longer. Then we can make the change. Sorry, I keep shaking. My camera keeps shaking. Then we can change. Then we can see change. Because we're not all doing, the thing is too, we're not doing this by ourselves. That's the thing we have to remember too, and it's hard to remember whenever we're in the thick of it and we're living it. There's ancestral spiritual powers at hand all the time wanting to help us, but they can only help us as far as our beliefs allow us to. And so I'm here to say, and I'm here to tell this to myself as well, just as much as I'm telling you in this camera is what I'm telling myself. Our beliefs don't have to be concrete. We can always change our beliefs to something that helps us out, something that betters our lives, that shows that those ways of thinking are old and we can get rid of them. We don't have to abide by those anymore because they haven't got us what we wanted so far as it is, right? It gets us to a certain point, and then we see those, like I said, we see the manifestations of the old beliefs, and we feel like, well, that's just my beliefs telling me that that's how it is. Yeah, it is, because that's your beliefs. It's not the things around you that create the beliefs. It's you creating your beliefs, and then the things around you change to abide by your beliefs. You know what I mean? So that's what I mean by that. But yeah, just thought I would come on here and talk about this for a second. This is what spoke to me and came through me. So make of it what you will. I will make of it what I will in my own life, because again, I'm talking to you just as much as I'm talking to me. So thanks for watching, guys. Catch you again on another one. Peace out, guys.